hmm Now, in reading through the Bible and myths about Zeus and things of that nature, I wonder if the king of gods is a changeling, right? Meaning he can change form, right? Now, it was rumored sometimes when men went off to battle, if they didn't impregnate their wives, sometimes while in battle, Zeus would come in and have sex and impregnate their wives. Things of that nature, right? And seduced them while the men were off to war. Now that was sort of what happened between King David and Bathsheba, right? In a way too, right? Now another thing is Jesus metamorphed. And they thought they saw Moses and Elijah standing there with him, right? Well, if there is a trinity of persons, could it be the two other males? I don't know. Or could it have been an androgynous form, a male form, and a female form? Right? I don't know. See, the thing is, we do not know everything about Jesus because of things that are going on that we don't understand, right? And my job is to suggest Jesus can do anything he wants, right? Now, if this is true, right, and all three forms are one, right? Either way. Now, a male form is a male form unless you make it a different race, right? Right. We all know that. And the same with an androgynous form, it can be androgynous, is the same with the female form. It can be female in a different race, right? Now, if Jesus is a changeling, then, right, or someone who can change his physical appearance, right, this would make it hard for us to even find him and stuff like that in the crowd, right? But that's what happened several times, didn't it? Sometimes he was in the crowd and they were going to go stone him and he sort of disappeared in the crowd, right? Now, I don't have that ability. I'm just a human being, right? But if Jesus does, and I'm trying to explain that to you, you know, he can bestow us gifts as he so sees fit. But, again, that's just a myth. But if he did morph, right, in front of the two to the country, right, who he met as after the cross, right, according to Mark, right, and you know, Luke just summed it up because for some reason they didn't recognize him, but Mark took it a step further and used the word morphe, which is not the same as metamorph, right? Metamorph means two came out of him and he was still himself, right? They thought the two was Moses and Elijah, right? But we don't know that for sure either, who they were. But three also appeared to Abraham as well, right? And one stayed with them and two went on to Sodom and Gomorrah. Things like that, right? Now we say he's in a trinity of persons, and maybe that's part of what that is. But what are these persons in appearance? Are they male, female, or hermaphrodites? We don't know. And I found out about a third gender too, and things in the Bible that people don't want to deal with, right? Especially written by Paul and also John, right? Now, it's one thing if all this is said one time, right? But it's not. It's also said in the Old Testament. There's even the idea that he has one female breast and one male breast, right? And that's different too, right? Now, someone's wanting to call them man boobs. That ain't what I'm talking about, right? Though, for some reason, the Hebrew and the Greek does use the masculine plural for the word for female breast, right? But if she's also the womb, I mean, the 13th rib from Adam, what was the flesh, right? The breast or the vagina? I don't know. Some part of Adam was removed from his body as well, right? That's the whole point there, to form her, right? And could they have children in a different way? Like, become one physically and then, produce the two children asexually out the body, and they'd be like babies about 9 months old, and then, again, Eve nursed them and things like that, and go on from there, right? Briefly. And I don't know. Just something I'm dealing with, right? Now, the Lord even talks about crying as a woman in travail or about to give birth, right? Now, this ain't, this is 9 months into the pregnancy, by the way. Right. Not, I know. As soon as the female is pregnant, this is when the female is about to give birth, right? That's what it means. Now, there are also ways in human society to make giving birth more pleasurable to the woman, though that mainly involves a pool or water, right? Or a bathtub, all right? Something of that nature. And candles and scents and things like that, right? But anyway, just an idea. And, of course, that's called the natural method, right? Things like that. And some use drugs, of course. My mom said she was on Demerol, and now I can't. She don't even remember it. Right? But with my sister Renee, she said she had her naturally, maybe with a C-section or something like that. And that one she remembered, it was more painful, right? But again, or birth or vaginally, I don't remember all the details, but something like that. But anyway, those are just things here and now. But I'm talking about the future. And that's the point there, too. We don't know what the future holds. Who knows what tomorrow brings? In a world, few hearts survive. All I know is how I feel. If it's real, I keep it alive. The road is long. There are mountains in our way, but I climb a still every day. Love lifts us up where we belong, where the eagles fly on the mountain high. Alright, anyway. So, right. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.